My name is Natalie Farrell. I'm from Asbury Park, New Jersey, and I am a singer, songwriter, and performer. Thank you so much, Rob, for having me on this week's episode, as it's directed for female music appreciation. So thank you. I have a couple of questions that you have given for me, and we're just going to jump right into it. So the first one is, the term rock god is used more than rock goddess. How do I feel about that? In a way, it doesn't really impact me too much, only because I know that it gives us women in the music industry more motivation to make that a well-known term, or a term used more often than even rock god. I have no doubt in my mind that people will go out of their way to really instill in people's heads that there aren't just rock gods, there's rock goddesses. And that's where we come in. We make that happen. So it doesn't really impact me too much. If anything, it motivates me more to make that a well-known term. So yeah. Right. So is this just a hobby, or is this going to be my career, and why? I would like for this to be my career. It's always been a passion since I was a kid. I have been singing and dancing since 3 years old. I have not given up on it, and it's something that is just a burning desire. And when you have that kind of desire, you know deep down inside that this is something you want to carry forward with you for the rest of your life. And it's definitely one of those things where I just know that this is going to be my career for the rest of my days. So absolutely, career. All right. What was your first feeling when you heard yourself on the radio? Ooh. It was an amazing, euphoric feeling. I remember me and my band were at our rehearsal spot at the time in Long Branch, New Jersey, and we had a group of friends there hanging out. Some people were there too for when we were done with rehearsal. They were gonna, rehearse also. And we were all just hanging out, and I knew that my song was going to debut on Rat Radio, and I pulled up my car and I blasted the speakers, and I remember them introducing it as Natalie Farrell, and at the time my debut single was Exhale, and I have a recording till this day of just all of us singing the song, freaking out, getting excited. I think I cried at one point, like happy, ugly cry. And it was awesome. It was the best feeling. It was definitely a milestone for me, and it really pushed me to take music to the next level, and I was very inspired and thrilled. So. Okay, so what else we got? In your style of music, who paved the way? I guess influential-wise, Amy Winehouse definitely plays a huge role. Just the bluesy, deep, sometimes dark lyrics, but also just mind-blowing, because it really makes you think about yourself and who you are as a person, and I really love that about her work, and that definitely played a role as far as the tone of the music that I write today. Also, Hayley Williams from Paramore. Her lyrics are just mind-blowing. Every time she came out with an album, and the lyrics just flew into my ears and really made me feel like I connected with her, she connected with me, and those lyrics just kind of formed my way of writing lyrics. And yeah, those two in particular definitely paved the way for my music and what it is today. So, all right, and what else we got? Do you feel that there's more cattiness than love in the industry of female music, and why? I don't think there's cattiness, but I feel like it could be different for every woman in the industry. In my case, I grew into my local music community in Asbury Park with a bunch of other strong, amazing women who really inspired me also, and I hope I've inspired them in some sort of way. And I tell them, like, you inspire me, you keep me motivated, you make me want to work harder. And we've just always had this connection of supporting each other, even regardless of us being females, male or female. We've always supported each other in this music scene. And I think that could be different for somebody in a different music scene and not in our town. You know, other women may think differently, but in my case, I do not think that there's cattiness at all. I think it's awesome, and I think we are just building each other up along the road of our journey in music. So, and let's see. Last question is it hard to book gigs as a female act? I don't think so. I think it's easier for female singers and performers to book a gig than it may be for male singers and performers. Only because we have the face, we have this persona that some people might perceive as like, oh, like women are very great to look at and all this stuff. But I could be wrong, and please don't hate me for, this being my response. I think it's easier to book gigs because there's so much to look forward to in a female act. And I feel like, in my case at least, I've grown very close to the venues that have booked me, and they know me very well, and they know that I'm a very strong woman. And I set my rules the way I want to when I go in and perform and do my thing respectfully, obviously. And it's very easy. It's harder, I think, booking shows at places you've never played at before, and that's where ticket sales comes in and all that stuff. And I think in general, that's hard for any musician to do. It's a lot of hunting people down, saying, buy our tickets, come see us, this is the date, blah, 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 make sure you're around, here's the time. And sometimes that could be a little overwhelming. But in my case, with the gigs that I book currently in my local scene, I think it is 10 times easier. And I love that. I think that's awesome. But I also am not afraid of a challenge to push through barriers to play at venues that I've never played at. And if they give me the idea that they don't want to book me because I'm a female, then it's just not meant to be, and I'm not meant to support that venue. So there's that. But that's all I got. These are my answers, and thank you so much again, Rob, for having me on your episode. And by all means, guys, subscribe, follow, and check out more of his videos. And if you enjoyed listening to me answer questions, you could always check me out on Instagram, Facebook at Natalie Farrell Music. Instagram is Natalie with 2 E's _ Farrell, Farrell. And I just released a new song called Keep Me Close, which you could check out on all major streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, all that good stuff. Thanks so much again, and have a good one.